Once again, for probably the third time, articles are resurfacing about Prince William's tantrums and how they have severe repercussions with items being thrown. Hello viewers. Welcome to Royal Speak. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates about the British royal family news. These reviving pieces are not from 2005 or 2010, or even from when they met, but from way back when. These pieces from late 2023, written 11 months ago, 10 months ago, and discussed in October and September, are making a reappearance. Then, references to these articles are made. Based on the timetable, it appears that Kate hasn't been seen since December 2023. Provokes thought. Anyway, enough about that, let's start. This is being reported by Mary CLA, but a lot of other individuals are also. Furthermore, their phrasing is really strange. There's no denying that these two are deeply in love because William and Kate are related. It's noteworthy, according to Tom Quinn, that you wouldn't describe Harry and Meghan as deeply in love if they were fighting. All of a sudden, though, that is exclusive to Kate and William, because having Rose suggests that there are problems. It's quite well known by now that Prince William gets angry easily. Alright, so this was composed in October. According to the Mirror, William and his wife Kate are known to hurl objects at one another during arguments. However, after more than 2 decades of marriage, Kate has finally come up with a cunning plan for handling William's alleged severe emotional outbursts. Because William has frequent tantrums, royal author Tom Quinn claims that Kate treats him like the 4th child. They argue a lot and have rows. It's not the ideal union. And while the fights between other couples could be nasty, the Prince and Princess of Wales don't argue like that. They toss things at each other during their furious confrontations as a way to vent their anger. Instead of vases, they hurl cushions at one another. Even while there are frequently instances of rising voices, they are always kept in check. Quinn says, "I wonder who controls it at this point?" William and Kate are similar to the rest of us in many ways than just their occasional fights. William mentioned how much fun he and Kate have together in the engagement interview. They approach arguments with a lightheartedness that suggests they have a good sense of humor. By this moment, we all know that Prince William has a temper. The piece begins before going on to detail how he throws objects at her when they're having problems. Granted, arguments do arise in couples. It's true that people fling objects at one another. They toss cushions. It's typical for individuals to act in that way. And it might just be that, or it might involve deeper household matters and concerns. You can't just sit here and declare that it's one or the other because we don't know. It might be either or. Each marriage is unique. They are all personal. However, at the same time, there are now a lot of headlines about his outbursts and his fury that are making a comeback. Daddy is difficult to work with. Daddy has eyebrows. It's not just him. And if we link it to William's outbursts and temper tantrums, as well as his claims that he throws objects at Kate and suffers serious consequences as a result, we link that to the book Spare. At this point, Harry claimed that William had physically assaulted him and thrown him to the ground. Then, we make the connection between that and December, Kate Middleton, and the length of time we haven't seen her. And then relate that to reports in the Spanish media that she was put into a coma using medical means. Then, we make the connection that William was hardly there during her hospital stay. He saw her just once. And if we relate that to the fact that she was held accountable and thrown under the bus when phony images were created. Then, if we relate that to the fact that she was seen with her mother and not William in this phony TMZ photo, it makes sense. William was nowhere to be found when we sat down and connected that to this AIK cancer announcement video. And then make the connection between that and the confirmation that William had vanished from sight. The underlying theme that emerges from all of those connections, and there is unquestionably a connection, is that this individual is not encouraging in any manner, shape, or form. Although his comments suggest that he is inclined towards the UK's propaganda press, his actions show quite the opposite. When their behaviors tell me differently, why would I believe some of these statements? Therefore, if we draw the necessary connections between what I've said and what I've mentioned, it wouldn't be absurd for someone to conclude that William may have touched her and that something happened that is easy to believe. At this point, a significant amount of time has gone by. Even a month has passed since the cancer video. It has been a long time since December. We've had 4 months to reflect on the past 4 months. You folks seem to want a deep dive video, so perhaps I could do one so we can go over everything from December. However, we can now weave webs and link objects together. The fact that news about him having tantrums and suggesting that he may have done anything with her hands, similar to how he knocked over his own sibling, doesn't surprise me in the slightest. You cannot treat your wife in the same way that you treated his brother. Guys, please, that is a really important point of connection. Furthermore, they argue and hurl objects at one another, in addition to everything else I've said. However, you would be implying that Meghan and Harry are in a terrible situation if you stated that about them. I think it's amazing that there are so many biased narratives. And even for Kate and William, I'm suggesting that this is applicable. It might just be arguments from a typical marriage. I'm trying to balance things, but with all the connections I just mentioned between what we have seen from actual world occurrences and my own bias, I can't help but tilt toward the other side. When it comes to the phony photo that caused an international scandal, she has received a lot of criticism. I want no part of this conversation, declared William. You won't hold me responsible for anything. We are pointing the finger at the UK. We're going to close this out and move on. And I'm sure that made her quite angry. Whatever you want to make of it. Thank you for watching till the end. We appreciate your time. Kindly share your thoughts in the comment section below and consider subscribing to receive future updates. Thank you.